Today. You're going to be glad you are here today for the Local Lead Ninja training. I want to welcome you to the Local Lead Ninja training. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Greg Wells, Greg with an I. This is my contact information so that we can connect on LinkedIn, and I'll put that back up again at the end of today's training. The main reason I show you this screenshot is so that you can see I've been a member of LinkedIn since 2005. I've really grown up on LinkedIn in the early days as a headhunter, and then I got into training recruiters and job seekers on using LinkedIn, and I've had my biggest and most recent success helping local businesses use LinkedIn. And that's what we're here today to learn how to do. So I want you to imagine when thinking about LinkedIn, if you didn't know what LinkedIn was, I want you to imagine if somebody told you there was this platform of business owners existing, this community that has now over 140 million members, where the average income is $107,000 a year, and they're all just waiting for you to find them. If somebody told you that existed, you would probably say that's a dream come true. And that's exactly what LinkedIn is. And the beauty of LinkedIn is there's almost no one using it to generate leads that turn into 4- and 5-figure paydays the way I'm going to show you here today. And the beauty of everything I'm going to show you is it's all completely free. You do not need a paid account on LinkedIn to do any of this stuff. You do not need to pay for anything on LinkedIn. Everything that we're going to learn how to do today are things that we can do with the basic free account on LinkedIn. They're things that you can go out and do today, starting today, to start getting real results right away, even if you know nothing or very little about LinkedIn. Even if you're not a member of LinkedIn, you can go set up an account today and start doing these things. Now, just to set kind of a leveling and starting point here, I want to just address what LinkedIn is. Because I'm sure we have some people here that are newer to LinkedIn. And a lot of people tend to think of LinkedIn as the Facebook for business professionals. And that's really not very accurate, because there's not a lot of social networking that takes place on LinkedIn. Instead, what you really want to think about LinkedIn is it's closer to a search engine than it is to a Facebook. It's really a search engine for finding talent. That's what LinkedIn was set up for. And that talent may be for hiring purposes, and it may be for finding solutions for your business, or maybe for finding partners or potential sales prospects for your business. But LinkedIn is a search engine for people. Talent means people. And I don't want you to just take my word for it. I want you to take a look at some case studies from people that have had great success using LinkedIn to find talent. And so what if you were the talent? That's the part that most of us haven't thought about, because you are the talent. You are the person that people are going to LinkedIn to look for. LinkedIn is more like a business directory than it is a social network. Only the power of LinkedIn as a directory is that it leverages who you know. And one of the most popular talents that people are going to LinkedIn to search for is B2B services. Now, B2B services stands for services sold from one business to another business. And that's what I believe a lot of you are in. You'll want to be providing services to other businesses. Businesses are the ones who have the most money to pay for your services, and that's who's on LinkedIn. So why is LinkedIn so popular for B2B services? It's because LinkedIn is a place for you to see someone's credentials, where you can really find out about what their background is before you select them. And if you're a service provider, essentially you all look the same on paper or on your website, right? I mean, every web development company, every SEO company, every printing company has a website. They all basically look the same. How do you choose one over the other? Well, looking up someone's credentials on LinkedIn is one of the main ways that people are doing that right now. LinkedIn is also very popular for B2B services because it's easily geo-targeted. It's a search engine that makes it easy to find people in your local area. And even though my local business could hire an SEO company or a web development company or a social media company anywhere in the world, I'd certainly rather hire one from my local market who knows my local market and is more likely to work with me. Now, it doesn't mean you have to target people right in your own city, because you can geo-target to any city you want. So this opens up the doors for you if you live somewhere in a more remote area and say, how can I succeed in local marketing? There's barely any local businesses here. You can become a local marketing expert in another market using the strategies you're going to learn here today on LinkedIn. Just as an example, in my local market in Tampa, SEO is averaging over 155 searches a month. So those are people searching for people to help them with their SEO and searching for you. So some of the most popular searches on LinkedIn are SEO, search engine optimization, mobile, LinkedIn itself. People are searching LinkedIn looking for people to help with their LinkedIn, web design, lead generation, YouTube, Google Places, reputation management, list management, pay-per-click, Facebook pages, and Twitter management. These are all some of the most common searches on LinkedIn. This is where people are going to search for people or businesses or consultants to help them provide them with these services. It's not uncommon for people that are providing these services to be getting 3 to 5 serious business deals a month. And many businesses are getting the bulk of their business, as much as 3/4, from LinkedIn. So LinkedIn is perfect for you, and you're in the perfect place today if you do any of those services yourself that I've just listed, or if you're able to turn around and outsource those services, and you can become just the salesperson or the middle person putting together the deal. And even if you don't do any of those services, I'm going to show you how to do the whole thing start to finish on LinkedIn here today. So just a quick note on myself, for those of you that aren't familiar with me, I use LinkedIn to generate over 2,000 leads a week for my business. And I, from that, extract about 45 new clients a week and over $20,000 a week in revenue. This is just a screenshot from an earlier segment this year, about a 10-week period, just to give you an idea of the type of gross revenue I'm generating, primarily all through LinkedIn. Now, I use a strategy called the faucet on LinkedIn. It's a strategy based on utilizing LinkedIn groups, where you set up your own LinkedIn group. And this is a strategy that works for any type of business at all to generate pre-qualified leads. What I want to talk to you today about is strategies that are specific for local marketers. I'm going to show you today exactly what I do and say to get clients to pay me for B2B services on LinkedIn, and how to position yourself to earn as much as $300 per hour utilizing those services. And all without ever having to meet any clients face-to-face, all without any marketing costs, all done right through LinkedIn. So we're going to cover how to get the clients and how to get the leads all right through LinkedIn. And we're going to do that not using the faucet system, but using these two strategies that work best specifically for local marketers. The first is what I call ninja networking. And I'm going to walk you through this flow chart and show you how to do real networking on LinkedIn that leads to clients and leads to leads all at once. Then I'm going to show you how to do LinkedIn SEO, how to SEO a profile on LinkedIn so that all those people that are searching can find you, and you can collect those leads, get those inbound leads and customers and clients coming to you, but also show you how you can help your clients SEO their LinkedIn profiles. So before we start to talk about networking on LinkedIn, I want to tell you a short story about my daughter that I think will help you to understand what you may have been doing wrong on LinkedIn up until now. So my daughter just finished the 5th grade this year. And up until this year, she has been a wonderful student, never been in trouble at all. But this year, in the very first week of school, my daughter came home with a note from her teacher that said she was being written up for talking too much in class to the person behind her. Now, I should also mention that last summer, my daughter decided to stay home for the summer, and again this summer, the same as well. And I worked from home, and she wanted to spend more time with Dad, which I love. And when I do these webinar trainings, she kind of sits in the room with me and listens into what I'm talking about. I really didn't think she was paying attention, but she must have absorbed some of this very training through osmosis. Because when I asked her, I said, honey, what is up with you getting in trouble in the first week of school for talking too much in class to the person behind you? You know what she said to me? She said, Daddy, I was networking. Now, I just about fell out of my chair when a 5th grader said that to me. And if you think that's funny too, go ahead and put LOL into the chat box. because that's just hilarious to us as adults who know what networking is. We can obviously see that talking to the person behind you is not networking, right? I'm glad to see lots of LOLs coming in from all of you guys as well. You know, and I talked about this with my daughter, and it was later that night in the shower that's where a lot of my best ideas come to me, that I realized, you know what? This is a really good metaphor for what I teach local marketers, because a lot of new local marketers are doing the same thing my daughter's doing. You are just talking to the person behind you, right? You go to meetups, you go to networking events, you go to your, your business centers, and you just talk to whoever you happen to meet there. And there's no rhyme or reason to it. Whoever's behind you, you talk to. And you tell yourself you're networking. You tell other people you're out there networking, trying to build your business. And the same concept applies on LinkedIn or Facebook or Twitter. You're talking to people and you're saying you're networking, but it's not really networking unless you're networking with the right people and doing it in a strategic, systematic way that's going to lead to the end result that you want. And that's what I'm going to show you today with the Ninja Matchmaker system. This is a strategic, systematic way for you to network and get clients, but in the same sweeping motion, get leads from those clients and have it perpetuate itself. So that now, once you're following a system like this, you're no longer networking at a 5th grade level the way you have been. So let's dive into this Ninja Matchmaking system. This is the results you're going to get when you follow the system I'm going to teach you here today. You're going to generate inbound inquiries about your services. No matter what type of services they might be, you can adapt this for it, but it works best if you're offering any type of local marketing services. Then you're going to create leads for your clients, and they'll pay you and want to buy those leads from you. And all of the work for this can be done directly from LinkedIn without you needing to talk to anyone.